So we're live here with Surrey604, Jillian Harris, and Parm, Lily, and John from Live at Wave. Welcome, Jillian.
Thank you for having me.
So have you ever been to Surrey before?
I have. I worked out at the Cactus Club in South Surrey when they opened it up.
Oh.
And the place I get my microdermabrasions was in Delta, but like 120 in Scott Road sort of area. So yeah, I've been out here a few times.
So you know Surrey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, welcome back again.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here.
Yeah. So great. And this mall is new. And this is so cool, having this just sort of like little mini development right inside the mall.
Yeah, Central City has been developing, really quickly, especially in the last 3 years. And you should have seen it. You probably have seen it maybe like 10 years ago. It didn't look quite like this, but yeah, we're very excited about the changes happening here.
Good.
So tell us a little bit about your hometown and what you love about your hometown.
Well, my hometown, where I was born and raised, I'm a little bit of a gypsy, so I've been all over the place. But I would say Peace River, Alberta is where I was born and raised. Population maybe 7,000. I think there's maybe 2 sets of streetlights now. No parking meters, a couple restaurants.
Wow.
But actually I drive up there from either Vancouver or Kelowna once a year. I go in May, so I'm going again at the end of this May. And honestly, I think where I'm from speaks volumes about me. I just like where I'm from. It's just like I love sitting around a campfire and smelling like smoke when I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I love 4x4ing and going fishing, and I love now I live in Kelowna, so it's not as small of a town, but it's like I travel to New York, LA, or Vancouver, or Calgary, and I'm always like working in so many different cities to be able to come back home and know that you can walk to your grandma's, or your mom pops over for coffee, or my little cousin lives with me. To me, that's what makes me me. That's what grounds me.
Nice. So growing up in a small town, where did you find your inspiration for design? Who were your influences? How did you?
Well, my mom was always really creative. So my mom owned a design and sort of like antique store. Mm-hmm. And so she used to inspire me a lot to find things that had a story and that really she loved antiques. And so as a kid, I hated antiques. I always wanted like new and modern, right? But then when I started traveling, and I've been to Spain and Italy and Mexico and Australia and everywhere, you see how much personality and how much of a story are in all these pieces that you can find around the world. So now I think my style is very eclectic and I love antiques. So I think growing up in Peace River, my house has like a deer shed sitting on the kitchen table. And so like growing up in Northern Alberta, I like things that are tied to my roots. Not everybody has to have a deer hanging on their wall, but for me, it reminds me of where I'm from. Mm-hmm. So just like thinking about certain things, whether it be like a beautiful piece of tapestry from like Morocco or wherever you feel like you've got a bit of a connection. Mm-hmm. Growing up in Peace River, there's a lot of design stores there or anything.
So you have to find your inspiration.
You have to find your inspiration, yes.
So what are some of your favorite antique places around town?
There are some really great ones. There's a place called, I want to call it Movie and Props and Antiques or something. Mm-hmm. It's down in, so if you're taking the highway and instead of going like Barnett to go to IKEA, you go the other way. What's that? It's not Maple Ridge, it's...
Coquitlam.
Yeah, but what's the opposite way of Coquitlam, like by the big...
Maple Ridge, yeah.
Maple Ridge, yeah.
As far as it goes.
Yeah, so at Maple Ridge, there's that one strip. I think it's actually called Antiques Alley, and there's 3 or 4 really, really great antique stores and are really reasonably priced. So I love shopping, where it's reasonable, and then even just going to like Value Village and just those random places you see on the side of the road. Those are the best places where you're going to find things that are well priced.
Yeah, or neighbors' garage sales.
Or neighbors' garages, or grandma's basement.
Yeah.
Or your parents' garage, because sometimes I just go and just like hijack all the stuff that they have in their garage.
Yeah, like the old books and stuff.
Totally, yeah.
Totally. And when you were getting into your own career, who were some of the people that mentored you, or some of the inspirations that you took your craft from?
I used to waitress for Cactus Club in Calgary, and I was like working for Caban, and I had my own little business like helping people decorate. And I knew I wanted to be a designer, but I didn't want to go to school for it because I'm incredibly impatient. And I met Scott Morrison, who is the owner and founder of Cactus Club, or was the owner and founder of Cactus Club. Now he owns Brown's Restaurant. Mm-hmm. And he met me, and I was like really kind of snappy with him. I was serving him, actually. I didn't know he was the owner. Oh. And he was kind of like, God, that girl's got balls. And he actually offered me a job. And he asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to be a designer. So he offered me a job being his assistant, and he did all the creative direction for Cactus Club and Browns. And so I helped him project manage and design, and I was purchasing these like $60,000 piece of art from like New York, and I was doing things that like 22-year-olds should not be doing. In fact, I have a huge gray streak right here, probably because of those like 4 years. But he taught me so much about design, about creating wow factors and ignoring the rules and just doing whatever comes naturally to you. So like, you know, Cactus Club and Browns, they're very like mid-century and they're modern, but yet they're warm and they've got great art and the art speaks to you. And I think he taught me a lot about that, and he really pushed me really hard. Like him and I fought a lot. And there was times that I hated him and I thought he hated me, and I cried a lot at work. But if I had to like say where it all started, it would probably be with him. Like he really pushed me, and he used to say to me, like, I remember he would call me on like a Thursday night or a Saturday afternoon and like ask me like what I was doing, and I remember saying like, oh, please don't call me on weekends or evenings, and he'd be like, no, if you want to get anywhere in life, like you have to work more than 40 hours a week. And I just remember thinking like, oh my God, I'm so tired. But he pushed me so hard and he taught me so much about design that I'd have to like give a lot of credit to him.
So what's some of your advice that you would give to somebody who's starting out?
I think work hard, play hard. There's that balance, you know, like I love to go out and I love to socialize. I mean, this isn't no jewels, it's 0.5 beer, but I wish it was a real beer. But I mean, I love to be out, and I hate missing out. Like I can stay awake till 6 o'clock in the morning, like 4 nights a week if I know that there's something exciting going on. But I will always be up early enough to go to the gym, to volunteer, to answer my phone, to make it to work, to do a great job. And I think it's just being an honorable person and doing what you say you're gonna do. And if you're tired and you're groggy and you feel like you can't do it, you have to change something in your life. So whether that means, like, I often actually think that design of your home has a huge influence on how you feel, like just making sure that you're taking care of that space around you and that it's bright and airy and fresh and clean and that you take care of yourself. But it's just work hard, play hard, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, like Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
You know?
Okay, we gotta wrap.
Okay.
Sorry, you can.
So one last question.
Yeah.
I hear that you're working on your own line of home furnishings.
Well, I'm trying to. It's nothing's secured yet. I mean, that's the big picture. That's the big goal. Like, if I could do anything, I'd love to be like Martha Stewart meets Chelsea Handler. You know, like fun, offside. Let's make scones on Sunday morning for that guy that you just brought home last night. That kind of thing, right? Like, I'd like to have some fun
That
with
could be
it,
a show.
right? I think so. So having my own furniture line is obviously a huge dream of mine, and we're talking with a lot of different companies right now that would help sort of make that dream come true. So no, nothing yet, but we'll see soon, hopefully.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank
I
you.
hope that all goes well. And thank you again so much for
Of
dropping
course.
by
Thanks
and
for having
visiting
me.
us.
Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, good luck with that. Well, yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you again in Surrey.
Okay, yeah, I'll be back.
Okay,
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Thank you.